Hey everybody, and welcome to Share the Music and More, where I give you tips on the entertainment and music industry. And today I'm excited to have my guest, very special guest, Madi Gibson, who is a singer-songwriter. In fact, I was honored to be Madi's producer on the new original she just wrote, and I'm going to let her tell you about that in just a minute. But welcome, Madi.
Hi.
See you. And so, Madi, just to give us a little background, we're Zooming right now during your lesson, actually. So you are from where?
I'm from Savannah, Georgia.
And you're in school there. And so what's your major?
So I'm actually majoring in art history at GCU, which is Grand Canyon University out of Arizona.
Awesome. Well, I want to talk about your songwriting because people tune in for songwriting tips, but also you're much more than a songwriter. You're a wonderful singer. And so your song, I Loved You First, is has just come out with the Orchard, which
Yeah.
is one of our groups with the Grove Jesus music. So we have the Grove Jesus music for Christian music, and then we have the Orchard for family friendly music or love songs or whatever. So you wrote this song, I Loved You First. Who is it about?
So I Loved You First is about my mom. It's kind of a story about how just all throughout me growing up, I would tell her I love you. And then immediately she'd come right back and say, well, I love you more. And I'd be like, no, I love you most. And she always won in the end by saying, I loved you first. And nothing I say could beat that because I mean, she knew about me before I knew about her. So yeah, she loved me first. And that was kind of just where I got the title from. And then after she passed away 2 years ago, I just wanted to write something and kind of bring to life something that kept her memory alive and something that I could share with others that loved her as much as I did.
That's so sweet. And I remember when you first started studying, you actually came on as a vocal student, and I found out that I could just hear by the way you talked. I said, "You're a writer. I bet you're." Oh, no, no, no. I've never written a song. And I said, if you wrote a song, what would it be about? And then that's when you started talking about your mom, and
Yeah.
what a beautiful song it is. Um, let's talk about the songwriting process on that song. Madi, did you come up with the title first? Was it named anything else, or was that always the title?
So yeah, I did come up with the title first because I that was just like kind of a strong point that I kind of wanted to base a song off of the phrase "I loved you first."
Yes, and you even have the artwork done for it.
Mhm.
Is
Yeah,
it, can you show us your tattoo?
yeah, it's actually tattooed on me.
I love it.
I don't know if you can read it that way, but yeah,
And that's your album cover too. We took that
yeah.
and transferred it to the album cover. So what about, let's talk about your process of writing this. You know, some people just sit down and they just write everything out right away. Tell us
Mhm.
about your process. Did you write this in one day?
Oh God, no. Oh, it took so long. Like I would just be at work or just somewhere out and about, and I would be like humming to myself like the parts that I already had, and I would be trying to piece together like, well, what can I put in here that rhymes? What can I say here that kind of um, relates to the song? And it honestly, the bridge is one of the only things that I sat down and just like it flowed out of me. But kind of the rest of it was just me trying to piece everything together. And it was kind of hard, but I really like how it turned out.
Yes, it's beautiful. And I'm glad you say that it was a process and it was even hard, because people who tune into this want songwriting tips. So if it takes you a while, that's okay. It is.
That's okay.
Yes. And so, like, how many rewrites did you do on this song? Like, how many
Oh God, I can show
that
you my journal. It's like torn up. Just it's like me scratching out everything. I'm like, I would think that I had something that I wanted to put in the song. I would think that it was set in stone. Like, that's what I want to say. And then I would sing it all together and I'd wait about a week and I'd be like, that's just not it. That's not what I want to say anymore. And so just your mind will change a lot. And that's okay.
And that's okay. That's right. Tell us, what's the first line of your song again? I'm trying to think.
It was you and I together from the start. You prayed for me like wishing on a shooting star.
I love that. You prayed for me, like wishing on a shooting star. Now, I know that your mom was your biggest fan, I guess, when
Mhm.
it came to your music. She showed up at your musicals and
Yes.
everything like that. How hard was it when you didn't you have the lead role in some
Yeah.
musical and your mom
And
couldn't
the Beauty and the Beast. Yeah.
be there that night?
Yeah.
How was that?
Um, it was tough. She was up in Atlanta at Emory because they were treating her. She had gotten really, really sick again, and she couldn't leave. Her immune system was way too weak. And so I did have my brothers and my dad there, and then a lot of my friends from the church came out to show me some support. But there really was there was a missing piece because she was the one that raised me, telling me that like this is what you love to do, like this is the gift that God gave you, like go and show the world. And it was like I was showing the world, and then she wasn't there to celebrate with me, so that was really tough.
Yes. But I know she's celebrating with you
Yeah, we even recorded it for her so that she could watch it.
yes. And so, and I want to encourage people to go to the Orchard and listen to I Loved You First by Maddie Gibson. And I want to talk about the recording for a minute. We found out during the recording that Maddie has whistle tones. If you don't know what those are, Mariah Carey has whistle tones when she holds her ear and sings all those really high notes. And Maddie was just able to bring out those whistle tones on the spot. I was like, Maddie, let's put in one of the whistle tones. Right, you listen to the song, you'll hear the whistle tones. In fact, this could be a vocal and songwriting video because I want you to tell us how you produce that. What happens in the vocal cords? Like, is it air flowing or is it air like kind of blocked? You have to close your throat to make the sound go that high. How do you think
Yeah, kind of. It's like how when you like pull your lips together to whistle,
that?
I'm
Mhm.
like pulling my vocal cords like really, really tight. So it's like a small space for that air to escape so that it makes that really high pitched sound. And it's like a lot of airflow coming out at the same time. It's like a whisper almost, just like loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, can you do it like right now?
Oh God, it's it's kind of like honestly scream. But
Can you do it right now? Sure.
yeah, it's just I don't know. I honestly don't have like classical trainings. I just figured out I could do it one day.
Well, it's beautiful. And I was like in the studio, like, how could we fit this in the song? Because
Yeah.
that's a beautiful, soft song. And I said, where could we fit it in? And then we found that spot. And everybody who's watching Maddie right now, if you go listen to her song, you'll hear it at the very end. And it sounds like a synthesizer, but it's not. It's Maddie. It's Maddie. And she did it in one take. There's no tuning of it. It just came out beautiful. Um, yeah, so okay, so the vocal cords kind of come together and that air
Yeah.
that's how we can do whistle
Yeah.
tone. Yeah. Okay. And that's good to know because I've always wondered. I'm a vocal coach, but I'm always about the open sounds. And so with the whistle tones, and hearing that from you, then we did learn it's vocal cords kind of coming together. So you did a beautiful job with it. Your
Yeah.
song is beautiful. Do you have any songwriting advice that you would give people your age?
Honestly, just from this being my first song that I've written with your help, of course, um, don't be so hard on yourself. I was really, really hard on myself because I wasn't writing it as fast as I wanted to.
Mhm.
And I felt like everything should be flowing a bit more smoothly. I'm like, there's all these artists that like come out with songs every other week. And I'm like, why can't I write it this fast? And that's the advice that I give is just take your time. It's gonna take as long as it needs to, honestly.
That is great advice. And don't be so hard on yourself because it is a process. There's a lot of erasing and scratching
Oh
out
yeah.
and all of that. Did you learn anything about what or what did you learn about marketable songs as far as rhyme? What is there not to do? What should you not do with rhyme these days? Do you remember what that was?
So it's like you don't want it to be words that like rhyme exactly.
No.
Like you want it to kind of be a like a similar sounding word, not so much like dog and fog. It's like I don't know, just something that kind of sounds like the word that you said before, but you don't want it to be like very matchy.
Right, not matchy matchy words. We call
Yeah.
those rhymes and hard rhyme,
Hmm.
like you mentioned, dog and fog
Hmm.
are hard rhymes. And so dog and stand in awe
Yeah,
would be,
exactly.
and you did a beautiful job of filling your songs with those slant rhymes. Another thing that I want to point out that you did in your song is you have the verse, your pre-chorus sounds different, and
Hmm.
then I loved you first. It took it up into a different part of the register. You kept the verses down here, and then you got that beautiful chorus, and it repeats. And then your bridge has a totally rhythmic.
Oh yeah,
And you mentioned a bunch of things. I can feel you in the, what are those words? I can feel you in
I can
the,
feel you in the air or in the breeze, in the sky, all around, like butterflies. Um, I'm honestly like kind of blanking right now,
yeah,
but
but you mentioned a bunch of things. I'm kind of blank
yeah.
too, but you'd mentioned a bunch of things that you could feel her in the air with.
Hmm.
And so that's your bridge. It gives a totally different feel from your verses in the chorus. So your song, in essence, kind of sounds like three different songs going
Yeah,
on, one, which is what it's supposed to do. And that's what's marketable today. And you did a great job on that, Maddie. I just want to encourage everybody, go right now and listen to Maddie Gibson, Madi, on the Orchard. Listen to I Loved You First. I loved you first with a ED. Loved. I loved you first. And share it on your Facebook, on your TikTok. Put video pictures with it and attach the song to it of somebody that you love. It's Valentine's week. Go and share Maddie's song. Maddie, thank you so much
of
for being
course.
on the show. And we're going to record more songs with you. I just
Oh,
know you got
absolutely.
inside coming out. Okay. And your lesson is through now, Maddie. So we'll say goodbye. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe, follow Maddie on social media and all that. And we'll see you later, Maddie. I love you dearly.
Bye.
Okay, bye.